Fleek TV show. That's right. And going straight forward to our topic of the day, because it's a very juicy topic. And yeah, the topic is moving on and accepting
from your past.
Because you have a past.
Me personally, I've moved on from everything that happened, from all the people who have interacted with me, from all the friends I've lost in 2022.
I have a question for you. You don't seem like a person who gets heartbroken.
Why don't I seem? How does a person who doesn't look heartbroken look like?
You have to see it all together. You have it all together. A good package.
How am I supposed to look? How am I supposed to know that Stacey doesn't look like
That's why I'm asking. I want you to tell me.
I have with friends, with guys, with everybody. That's when you can have which one I hear, man. I
know. Actually, so how do you move on? How do you get away from it?
I think first of all, if I have a bad experience with someone, you should just try negative energy. Remove negative energy from your surrounding. Positive vibes.
Mancha.
Positive vibes, man. You should just always surround yourself with things that give you happiness. Things that you love doing. For example, me, personally, I play lawn tennis, by the way. In case you don't know, I know you didn't know, but I do play lawn tennis. Yeah. You should just take time and do something you love. If it's reading novels, regardless of any topic, of any genre that you read,
just reading a novel.
I do that a lot. That's why I'm giving that one as an example. You should just try and dive your mind into the novel. And the negative vibes, to people who are giving you bad energy now, to especially online. I think they are hired to always
do that.
Keyboard warriors. They're always on your case.
It's because they can't get to see you and you can't get to see them, so they have that right of telling you anything.
True. I'm to an innocent person, I may post picture. And then keyboard warriors are always there. Twitter, KOT, they're always there to see what Stacey Amevalio for them to be on your neck. So
yeah, I know.
I think you should just always be having positive vibes and always having, I think it's also partly self-esteem, because if you have high self-esteem, nobody can tell you anything, regardless of anything, regardless if you're thick, if you're fat, if you're petite, if you have acne, if you have anything. Nobody can tell you nothing.
And actually, if you're very confident enough, people will believe it. We've just seen from the video.
Yeah, we'll just say it. No, nobody can tell her anything right now. She's okay the way she is. Because if you suffer from acne, for example, people might come at you and say, oh, you're not beautiful because you suffer from acne. You're so pimple-headed, na first issues, na makeup. You do you, man. You do. It's like these guys who say that they don't like ladies who do makeup. See, but you date when you have makeup.
Exactly.
Forced you. So it's just a matter of moving on with your life. Stop basing your things on what people say around you. That's why I think I focus it mostly on self-esteem. If you don't focus on what people talk about you, uta move on. But if you focus on, oh, Stacey said this about me, Stacey said I'm fat, Stacey said I'm this, you'll always be feeling like, oh, I'm not beautiful. Oh, I can't wear this because I'm fat. And then you'll stay and start. What's your point on that? And what's your guess?
My point is, we're living a life and we're all progressive progress. You get progressive progress in the meaning of we get to build ourselves and we get to innovate ourselves each and every other time. And the encounters that we meet, like for example, you've told me such a good thing here right now, like you need to focus on your self-esteem because
it does matter. Because if exactly, so it really applies.
It's in regards to what we get. So you need to be this type of person. You take in the positive, release the negative. That is usually my mantra. I take in the positive, release the negative.
Anything that gives you happiness, just dwell in it.
Yeah.
Anything that doesn't, just don't focus on it.
Okay.
If you love reading, just read.
So you spoke of trolls. Have you ever encountered trolls in your life?
Personally, have I? But they haven't. No, I think in primary, though not social media and all, I've always been a slim girl ever. So now you get someone, we started because I think I was in the same school for long. So you get someone wondering, Bona, you never gained weight. I'm like, oh, as in, I think I figure to that extent. But they're just people who are usually like, they're concerned about you. Stacey, why you always slim? Why? As in, Stacey, I'm slim. As in, it's always their topic. So you wanna. So, but I never dwell on it. Apart from that, the social media, no, I don't think I've ever gotten to the point that people are trolling me online because of something. Because I also suffered acne a lot in high school. But I feel like the circle I had, sikuwa na circle ya kusema. There are these people who are always, there's finger or something, but awkward is positive, negative vibes that, oh, you don't look pretty or you don't look good because of acne. No, I don't think I've ever experienced.
I can tell that because we have different things that we experience, and me, the biggest issue has been my boobs. So in high school, I was pretty small, but I had cute boobs, and they were big, you know. So people were just like, Stacy, not everyone. I actually got a diss letter from my classmates.
A diss letter,
and they had.
Did you know who it is?
Yeah, I knew who it was, and I was just like, oh, her name was Roxy, by the way. Sorry to mention her, but yeah. So she drew a photo of me with big boobs, and I was like, Brian, ilikuwa navaa, ilikuwa tule tudogo. So I was wondering, are you the one speaking about yourself? What's happening really? And it has never been a problem for me because I know how to manage myself, and exercise makes me, but of late and do exercise and mind your business because it will help you a lot.
True,
and ensuring that
people hurt others.
Exactly.
Probably that was a hurt person.
Yeah.
So he wants to hurt
me and also make me feel like, you're not doing the best thing ever. You're not as perfect as maybe you portray yourself. And yeah, I got over it, and right now I'm just like, I am very cautious with what I do and everything because one thing's for sure, I never want to hurt.
So you can imagine if you could have dwelled in it. And then that time when you're in high school, you're growing up, you're
still exploring.
Yeah, so when someone tells you this, it kind of affects you even emotionally.
With the way you grow
that you got
that.
over this, it's really
a great thing. And one thing's for sure, being in high school, you still don't know what's happening. You just there to make sure. Like, I have a life, I have where I'm going.
On top of what high school,
and then also it gets you, if you dwell into such a thing, it gets you not to focus on what you're supposed to be doing because your mind now is
focused on that.
Focus what is supposed to.
You're focused on the diss letter.
Exactly. But who's Stacy? We get over
this comment.
But I have never really gotten trolls from online. Actually, what I get right now is good comments. I have good energy. I have all that, and I like it because it grows me. And in case you drop a bad one, I delete.
Block. And you're going to pay pressure. You're already having pressure. Economy-wise,
I know, and then you hear adding pressure and all that. If you cannot support me, if you don't like what I'm doing, then kanyaga.
Get out of here.
Kanyaga.
I know. Just leave them.
Yeah.
Because hakuna kitu anakuongezea in life. Nothing positive and nothing to impact your life. So just leave them alone.
Okay, so I am moving on from the topic. I want to know Ashley.
You want to know what?
About Ashley.
What do you want to know about
Ashley?
I graduated, by the way, on Friday from the University Communication.
Congratulations!
Thank you. And to all my Daystar graduates out there, congratulations to you as well. So, what do you want to know about me?
Just anything about Ashley.
I'm an ambivert, by the way.
Oh my goodness.
I only talk to a circle of people that I am comfortable with talking to. I am not an extrovert. I just go get a group of friends and then I start hanging out and talking to them. I am an ambivert. That means nikipata circle ya tu sijui I won't, because I don't know you well. Why would I talk to you?
Actually, I was saying something. I want to tell these people a hack of interview. So I was reading a comment, and these are the do's and don'ts that you don't do during an interview. So there was an interview I'd gone to, and you meet people, you find them talking, and then you like nikinyamaza, maybe requirements ni kuongea. So
I need someone talkative.
So I started talking and just getting into the story of blah 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 blah. So these comments, the do's and don'ts, were saying, when you get into an interview, what you do is you take a novel, you read, and if they are chit-chatting, you just don't, because you never know who's watching. So imagine in my life I'm like,
but I always feel like
it helps. It helps.
But I always feel like it's actually better to talk more. Okay, in a specific scenario like an interview, it's usually better to look like you can talk more, so that even the interviewers probably see you and you can bring new ideas to the to the organization rather than you being the silent one. Maybe one and you can imagine if it's me and you, I'm talkative and you're not, and we are both good, we are both suitable for the position. I feel like they'll take the one who talks more. I don't know why, because utaleta more ideas to the program. You are ambitious about something.